Hello YouTube, how y'all doing this morning? I'm gonna do a review on, it's a Elizabethan era mixture by Peterson. It's actually by the Scandinavian tobacco group, but it used to be Dunhill, but Peterson kind of took that over, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this review and check it out. I'm gonna smoke it out of my Peterson. I think it is a spigot or fishtail. I think it's a spigot, but it's got the stainless silver, or not stainless silver, sterling silver band on it. But I smoked out of this one for probably 8 years now, but I have a decent rotation of pipes, so I don't smoke out of that often, but probably like twice a week, maybe. But I've actually been really getting into smoking it because I kind of pick it mostly just for like non-aromatics. So I think I have like 4 or 5 pipes that are for aromatics and like 3 or 4 pipes for aromatics. So I try to keep this one just so I don't get them sweet flavored ghost smokes in there. But I keep them, my tobacco's in a jar. Once I open them out of the tin, I pour them out of the tin and put them in a mason jar. That way they stay moist. But I'm gonna put it back in the tin. I got a little serving tray that I usually, and I'm about out of it, but that I usually smoke my pipes out of. Get my tobacco out of. But last time I got the tobacco out of the jar itself, and I think I packed it too much just trying to pull it out of the jar. But usually I'll dip my pipe in there and just kind of, so this time I kind of feather it out. And then, let's see, I try to get all the big ones out there first. And then this is how I try to do it whenever I'm not freaking rushing. I just kind of almost sprinkle it in there loosely, because when you kind of get it in a big ball, it ends up being too tight. So I just kind of clean the edges out and push them in there just a little bit, and I kind of pat on it a little bit, kind of knock them down in there, and then kind of get that to almost to the top of the bowl, and then I do my light push. I find I'm in, if it's a reason or not, but you do that first light pack, that way I try not to push it all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. I try to give it just a little air gap down in there. That way all them juices and spit and stuff that's in there, it's not really soaking into tobacco. You kind of get more burn into it. You can smoke it all the way down. But so I smoked this one last night and kind of analyzed my thoughts on the tobacco. At first I didn't really care for it, and that's how I am with a lot of tobaccos. I might redo another video of that Billy Bud, but because that was the first time I smoked it and I gave my opinion on the first smoke. Usually I find that first smoke's not always the best. I don't know why. Maybe my taste buds are trying to get used to it a little bit or something, but as I get more into the pipe packing, I try to get the lighter tobaccos to the top. That way it makes a nice top layer of ash. So we're gonna give this one a go. So I used to have the pipe insert for them, but I don't know what happened to that thing. When I kind of slowed down my pipe smoking for a while, probably for close to a year, I wasn't really smoking pipes too much. I just misplaced it, I guess, and I moved houses since then, so there ain't no telling where it's been. But get you a nice layer of ash on top of there. And I try not to scorch it too much. I try to kind of just let the flame just touch the top of that tobacco and just kind of lightly light it, not scorch it. sometimes it's kind of hard with a Zippo to get it evenly around. That's why it's good to kind of get that top layer of ash. It sucks it up that flame a lot better. But I'm really getting into the vapor. This is a vapor tobacco type. It's a Virginia, so it's heavy Virginia. And actually, it's I believe it's a mix of red Virginia and bright Virginias in this. I think red Virginias tend to be a little sweeter. They can be very lightly sweetened, but usually they tend to be a higher sweeter than bright, which bright's pretty sweet, I believe. But yeah, it's a vapor, so it's a Virginia Perique blend. Put it in the wrong jar. But what's cool about Perique, I can't talk, but what's cool about it is it's actually made here, right here in Louisiana. Kind of special to Louisiana. So when I smoke it, it kind of reminds me of like some Tabasco sauce. It got a little pepperness to it. Tabasco, they sell that all around the country, so y'all know what it is. But let's have something called Tony Sachery's Creole Seasoning. That kind of tastes like it too. It's just like a pepper. It reminds me of a Louisiana pepper Tabasco or something. So it's pretty interesting how they produce it and how they age it. But so the strength on this it's medium. It's not very strong. It's actually light. I find it's real airy, I guess. Like, you're not getting, I actually think it's a perfect blend. They have an absolutely perfect blend of Perique in this. It's so light, not heavy whatsoever, a Perique. It's just enough just to kind of bite your tongue just a little bit, not tongue bite, but just kind of grab your tongue a little bit. So it ends up pretty well. And then you get that top, it's like a top side of, like, in your mouth, I guess, in the upper part of your mouth. It's almost a sweet, grassy. It's very light and grassy, but you definitely get like that hay, like grass, kind of seasoning, flavor. But it definitely, it's not overpowering Perique, and that's nice, because a lot of tobaccos I've smoked that have Perique, that I've been kind of diving into more Perique blends, they're just so strong in Perique, and then you get the Latakia mix with it, and it's just too much. But hats off to the Elizabethan Mixture. It is definitely a perfect blend. It's heavy Virginia, light Perique, so you get just a little grab of the tongue. That Perique just grabs your tongue just a little bit, lets you know it's there. There's no flavoring in it, so it's just straight Virginia and a little Perique. It's a ribbon cut. I was smoking it last time in my back room. My wife said that she said it was kind of strong smelling, but it tends to be a lighter smoke. It's not very strong. It's I guess almost like a cigarette. I guess like a light. It's not too overpowering of like cigar kind of overpower. It's pretty light. I find it lingers a little bit, but not long. It leaves the room pretty fast. It's just not strong. It's pleasant. It's definitely more pleasant than intolerable. But the taste of it, which I kind of said, is kind of like a grassy flavor. It's not very strong. Once you get to to about the middle to the bottom of the bowl, which last night I can't always smoke it down to the bottom. I find that, I don't know if I produce more spit into the bowl or the moisture is too moist. I don't know in there. I find that maybe I'm just not drying it out enough either with a cleaner. I know a lot of people don't use them that often when they're smoking them, but and that one's old. I ain't gonna use that. But I kind of used a pipe cleaner frequently when I'd smoke it, and I'd kind of hold it down. I wasn't keeping it in my mouth the whole time chiefing on the thing, but I found doing that I was able to smoke it down almost pretty much all the way to the bottom. But I found once you got to half to the bottom of the bowl, I found the strength of the Perique, really it's just the the moisture and the nicotine and all that kind of building up to the bottom, it always gets kind of more of a bite, more stronger, not bite, but you kind of get that harsher end of the tobacco. So I found once you really half, it's still good. It's really that bottom part, you know. Usually I try to smoke it down that much, but not a lot of them. I can get them all the way down. And it's a nice pile of ash, but this one smokes very well. So once you get kind of below that half mark, it starts getting a little more like a bite to it, a little more like that Perique heavy kind of, I guess, just building up down there. I'm not too sure, but it's really a great smoke. So if you haven't tried Elizabethan Mixture, it's definitely a go-getter. I'll probably definitely cellar it because Virginia ages very well. So, and I think that sweetness builds up pretty well with Virginia. So, and like I said, there's a little bit of red Virginia in this, which is the same as bright Virginia. It all comes from the same Virginia plant. And so it's just, I believe they get red Virginia from, I think, half of the leaf to the stalk. So it tends to come out when they age it. It tends to come out red, not like that bright orange or yellow bright Virginia, but it tends to be sweeter. So it definitely has a sweetness. And if you smoke this pretty light, you know, not heavy, and you just kind of, you know, slow down your cadence very well, I find that when I do that, the citrus comes out very well in this. It blends very well. You get that Virginia, that citrusy kind of, like I said, a pseudo, I find it has that, and a pseudo has that real citrusy kind of fruity kind of flavor, but this is definitely more citrus. It's not really fruity, and it doesn't have that tone of fruitiness to it. It's definitely strong citrus when you're not chiefing on it, when you're letting it stay cool, not overheating it. It really does produce a nice smoke. This is probably becoming one of my most favorite blends. So it's definitely one I'm probably going to try to cellar. Let it sit for 5 years, or try to. We'll see about that. But patience isn't my game, I guess. I kind of get excited with stuff like that, so I try to. It's hard to let it sit, but I'm gonna try to let it sit. But let's see. So, like I said, as of right now, I'm kind of smoking a little heavier than I did last night when I was getting them citrusy flavors, but it's definitely got that grassy. It's airy. It's not heavy in the mouth. It's not, like I said, like plum pudding is one of my favorites. One of those heavy, like, English blends. They tend to just linger around the mouth more. It's like the oils are sticking into your mouth more. It's just grabbing onto your mouth. And I found with this one, it's very airy. It's very light. When you blow it out, you know, it leaves. It doesn't take long for that taste, aftertaste, or anything like that to just kind of dissipates pretty well. It doesn't linger around a lot. So, I definitely say it's a. Let's see, if I were to rate it to a 10, I guess I'd probably give it close to a 10. I'd probably a 9. Plum pudding, when I first really got into plum pudding, like I said, that's one of my favorites. This one's becoming more of my favorites, but I said it was close to a 10 also. But it's the more I smoke it, I guess I'm getting a little more tired of it, I guess, so it's not as up there, but this one's definitely about a 9. I kind of say the 10 for, you know, just to see what's. I haven't really smoked nothing, I guess, better than this, so I'd give it close to a 9. So, and we'll see once I start breaking out more tobaccos, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do next after this one, but I'll probably do. I have that chocolate mousse, which is like a dessert. That one's a good smoke, so I might do that one next, which is funny because I haven't studied much into it, but I'm pretty sure on the one video I had said about Black Cavendish, I think that I haven't posted that one yet, but Black Cavendish tends to give me like just a bad taste. It's not good for my palate. My palate doesn't like it, but for some reason this chocolate mousse, it's just a well blend. I think it's straight Black Cavendish though, so I don't know how my mouth deals with it, because in other blends it just doesn't do that well. So it is definitely a better smoke, so I'm surprised that my mouth can handle it. So I'll probably do that one next. for a review. I had some, oh man, what is it? Colt Blood Red Moon. That is, for aromatics, that is my favorite aromatic. It's just, man, the cherry in that is just amazing. I gotta get some more. I just finished it off not long ago, so I have to get some more of that to do a review on. I haven't aged much aromatics, but I hear that aromatics aren't always the best to age for too long. I don't know. I haven't studied much up into that, but that's what I've heard, or I've read it on something. It's aromatics don't marry, the flavors don't marry as well in aging, but in cellaring your tobacco, but it probably just depends. But still grassy. I'm still getting the grassy flavor in there. Let's see, but so like I said, the Perique is just, it's just perfect in this. It definitely, the more you smoke it down, the little more you're getting that Perique in there, but it's still very light. It's the best way I can explain it, is it's just very light. But kind of smoke on this a little bit. But so far I've been getting some views. So that's kind of nice to see. It's kind of on my first video, I tried to upload it from my phone, so I just kind of jumping in this all out, but not all out. But so I've been using my phone to video, and I tried to use my phone to upload, and it took 3 days, and it wasn't even 50%. So we stopped doing that, and then we jumped to the computer, uploaded it to the computer, and it went on in 20 minutes or less. So now I know, but kind of learning how this all goes. But like I said, big time YouTube watcher. I love watching YouTube, so I never really posted much, got into video posting, but I've been kind of getting some feedback, so I really appreciate it. And I kind of look forward to doing these reviews. It's kind of fun to get out there and just kind of explain it, because I don't explain the flavors to anyone, so it's kind of interesting to try to, and I recommend anyone to try it, to make little videos on it, just where you have to really think about it to explain the flavors, because then you kind of appreciate the flavors, I find, more. So, and I kind of been studying the tobaccos a little more too. I'll get my little notebook and kind of study the blends, where they come from, how they do it. But getting some spit in there. Should have grabbed a pipe cleaner. But kind of makes you appreciate the flavors more. And then you kind of study the blend too, so you can kind of get what it takes to make them, like the tobaccos in them, the flavors that these tobaccos are bringing to the blend. So it's pretty nice. I think everyone should do that. It's getting into pipe smoking. It definitely is it's a nice hobby, to kind of study the tobaccos, the blends, the process of doing it. And it's kind of fun to watch how people pack their pipes. It's always fun to watch the packing video. So maybe I'll do an official pipe packing, how to pack your pipe video. But I pretty much just, oh look, I just noticed it is a spigot. It says it on the side. But I'll probably do a video on it. I pretty much just got mine from other people too. But so I'll kind of do a video on that, just same as everyone else, but it's just kind of interesting to see how people do it kind of differently. So I'm gonna finish this pipe. I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you for watching. So y'all have a good day.